Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for coming and checking us out today. I really appreciate it. So while you're here, please don't forget to click that subscribe button because 83% of you do not subscribe to our channel, even though you watch our videos. So please click it or I'm gonna give you a ticket. I have a couple drills I wanna share with you today. DeWalt sent me these drills, no batteries. These are my batteries. These are like updated versions of a standard drill that they have. These are called the DCD800 right here and the DCD805B right here. So I think there's a B after the 800 as well. All right, so this is like their latest, greatest offering in their compact drill segment. They're 40% more unit watts out on their output, and they have about a ½ inch less throw on each of these. The only difference between these two drills is this one's a hammer drill and this one is not. And because of that, you can kind of see there's about, I don't know, maybe a full inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch difference in the heights between these two. Right? Let's see, I'd say a good 5/8 of an inch difference. Regardless of what that overall height difference is, you're gonna have a little bit more compact if you don't use the hammer drill. A couple cool features. I mean, I just took these out of the box, right? They have a really nice hefty feel to them. It's like you could drop this drill and be like, ain't no thing. So I like the way it feels in my hand. It has a nice firm rubber grip. It has a standard DeWalt trigger with their standard forward and reverse button. I like the knurled chuck that they have. So like when it's wet out or you need a little more grip when you're trying to make the chuck tighten up, you lock it in like that. But it just gives it a good firm grip in your hand. It's a multiple clutch drill, so it goes all the way down from 1, which will bark at you. I call it barking, but that's a bark. See, it's spinning, and then you hit something and it barks. And as you spin the drill up, as you move this clutch, it gets harder to activate the clutch. See, yeah, that was some friction there. I felt a little heat on that one. So here's 11. Okay, so I'd say maybe around 10, yeah, is where I'm gonna start peeling skin. Okay, so you have all the way up to 15 on that, and then on the 805, you have a standard drill for drilling, like just standard drill bits and things like that. And if you're into concrete, then you have this extra hammer drill function that you can lock in that this one does not have. You can see I can go into drill mode, which means there's no clutch activation, which is usually how I run my drills. I don't use a clutch a whole lot. Sometimes when I'm doing finesse work and I don't want to strip a bolt or a screw or a fastener, I will put it in the clutch mode. And but with the pressure treated lumbers that we use, sometimes it's a little difficult to gauge with the knots and all that stuff that's in our lumber. So like if you're working on aluminum framing like we were a couple weeks ago, yeah, the clutches work good. But when you're working on wood and it's variable, sometimes a clutch can work on certain screws and then it won't work on other screws. So usually what we do is we become accustomed to leaving it in drill mode, which is right here, and then we know how much torque we're using because it'll twist your wrist a certain amount or whatever, or you know, oh, that's as much as I need and I'll stop. Because these drills are variable speed. So you're controlling the speed of the drill with your fingers. Okay, couple other cool things. I like this feature. You can opt in or out for your lighting. So if you don't want the light on at all, the functions again are exactly the same on these two drills except for the hammer drill. So I could show you the same thing on this drill, but why? It's all in one, okay? It's the same thing. So you can turn this switch to off so the light doesn't work ever. You can turn it on for it to work while you're using the drill. It'll stay on for a certain amount of time and then it'll kick itself off. That's usually how I do it. Or if you need it like a flashlight, you can turn it on all the time. So this will stay on no matter what. And I like it because it has a couple different adjustable settings. So like if you just want to use it as a flashlight, to see what you're doing, you can kind of, if you're in a really dark spot, you can turn this on and leave it on and use it like a flashlight or an additional light source. So I think that's a really cool feature. None of my drills do that, and I have to keep hitting the trigger every time I want it to light up, where on this drill I can just turn it on and leave it on. So that for us works about 4 or 5 months out of the year. That's gonna be a really handy feature because we work outside and it's pretty dark at times. All right, and also I notice it's brighter when it's on full, when you're leaving it on all the time, versus when you're turning it in your middle function where you just might need some light while you're using the drill, and then it's gonna turn itself off, but it's not as bright. So that's your brightest setting, that's your medium setting, but it's also gonna work with the drill, so it's not gonna stay on all the time. Okay. All right, so you probably said, okay, doctor, that's great. I've had enough of functions of the drill. Why don't you show us how the drill works? That I will do now. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the 800 to the side because, again, they're basically the same exact drill. Let's go ahead and run some fasteners into this baby. I'm gonna put it in drill mode, in drill setting, so there's no clutch. But I could show you how that clutch works. For all of you that maybe don't know about how clutches work on drills, or you've never used a drill before, and you're just looking for one drill to use for weekend projects and things like that, this is definitely a good candidate. These particular drills did not come with a charger or batteries, but this is a high quality drill that you're gonna use for a very long time. Probably the last one you're gonna need to buy if you're a homeowner. There's other brands that cost less, yeah, I get it. But I've really had luck with all my DeWalt products and the longevity that they provide. So sometimes when you're drilling a fastener and this is not an impact driver drill, I'm gonna put this setting on slow. There's slow. There's fast, so this drill has 2 speeds. I'm gonna put it on slow, and I'm gonna show you guys how it drills in this Fasten Master ledger lock. Pretty good. That one went a little sideways on me, so I'm just gonna do one more. Very good. Super great control. I was able to slow it down when I needed to, and it worked just fine. So this drill will definitely drill any fastener that you need it to. You can do it on slow. Okay, or we can put it on 2 if you guys want to see that. There you go. Thing is, if you put it on 2 and you don't stop the fastener before you hit the wood, you can strip the fastener, and that does nobody any good. So you got to be careful when you're putting these in. That's why I like impact drivers sometimes when you're doing this kind of application, because they really let you feel when you're getting that torque, and they let you drive that fastener fully into whatever material you're going into, but without stripping it as much. Okay, so there's that. Okay, see that? So what I did, here's your bit, here's your chuck, okay? I'm putting the bit into the chuck loose, and there's 2 ways you can do this. You can just spin it by hand to tighten it up, and then you gotta twist it, and it locks it in, okay? Great. That's how you put a bit into the chuck. So if I release it, I just spin it this way, and it comes right out. So when we're doing a lot of this, and because I'm a pro, I'm just like, a lot of times to get it to go faster, I'll hit the trigger a little bit and then I'll lock it in, okay? That's just for anybody that doesn't really know what they're doing or is not familiar with drills, because I know we have a wide audience and I want to make sure everybody gets a little bit of information. Here's on fast. Very easy to overdrive these deck screws. These are stainless steel. You can also put this on slow if you find yourself driving too hard. There you go. There's a nice flush one. Okay, and then there's also here's a few screws that we have, some framing screws. Okay. So you just saw how I just undid the chuck, and I'll just spin it back on. Like, let's say I don't want to use the drill as part of the... There you go. Now it's locked in. Okay, here's some just Fasten Master guard dogs. These are 3.5 inch T25s. And I'm on slow. my chuck was not completely centered. It is now. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw that, or do that again. Okay, now we'll do one on fast. Pretty good. All right. Now probably the one, okay, so all of those things are great. This drill did all that perfectly. If you only are gonna have one drill in your arsenal, this might be a great drill to have. The one thing I'm gonna use this drill for more than anything else is I'm going to probably be drilling a lot of holes with it, okay? So I'm just gonna take a 1/2" bit, brand new, 5/8. I'm gonna chuck that up, and I'm gonna try to drill through this, and not the plywood because it's not mine, it's the homeowner's, so probably don't want us drilling holes in his plywood. I'm gonna do this on fast. Okay, you feel that? It's not wanting to back out, so we're gonna put it on slow. There we go. Sometimes when you're drilling holes, it's good to clear the hole occasionally while you're drilling through it. Then you don't have that problem getting the bit back out. Oh, it didn't go all the way through. Sometimes you can get tricky, loosen up your chuck, and open up the drill a little bit, and try to get that bit out. I do this all the time. Who else does this all the time? Leave a comment below if you do that. You get some extra length out of it, right? Ah, there it is. All the way through. So I understand and I realize, you know, this is a brand new bit, but it worked pretty darn good. It did exactly what we did. We have a bunch of holes to drill in our staircase to run some wiring, and that's exactly what we'll do. We'll take this drill, mark our holes, drill right through everything, be able to get our wires through, piece of cake. You just notice that light turned off, and I probably like leaving that's what I'm accustomed to. So unless I really need a flashlight, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this drill setting in medium setting, in the middle setting, so the light will turn on when I use the drill, and then it shuts off after a certain amount of time, 10 seconds after I'm done using it, it'll shut off. So there you go. All right, guys, one last thing. I thought I'd chuck up a concrete bit and hook it up and turn this onto the roto hammer setting and see if we could actually drill a hole with the concrete bit in the roto hammer drill. That's what it says it can do, right? So let's just, and this is a new DeWalt bit, their new Elite series. Yeah, I'd say that worked pretty good. You can kind of feel the speed. I don't know if going slower would be any better. Probably not. Probably not. I'd probably go on high. So it does work for that purpose. I know that there's different types of bits. This one's actually made to fit into specific drills that have a slotted end, but it actually worked also on our chuck bit. So cool. All right, so that's just another feature that you can think about if you need to drill into some concrete. You can also use this drill to do that. All right, guys, so all in all, I think this is a really solid offering from DeWalt. If you need more specs, just go to DeWalt.com, check out their website, look up DCD805B or DCD800B, and check out the drill specs for yourselves. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to be notified when we're putting out new content. Don't forget to like this video, and please leave a comment below. We will get back to you whenever we can. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.